You want Sprite?
Yeah.
Give me good.
Okay. Hello all, this is Nana.
And I'm Ngozi.
And welcome back to our channel.
Ejima.
So today we're trying something different. We're going to be doing a mukbang. Right here we ordered some food. We'll insert a picture to show like we bought like trays of food. I don't usually do this, honestly. We do cook a lot. So just wanted to patronize our people and try like other African food. Because sometimes you get used to eating your food.
It may not be all that.
Yeah, so here we have some turkey, fried rice, and moin. Okay, so we're about to go in. But while we're going in, we're going to be talking about some very, very interesting topics. So,
yes.
Excuse me, I'm really hungry. I haven't, right now it's like 5 something, and I haven't eaten since 11. Like, I normally don't do this. I haven't eaten in 6 hours. So, I'm going in. So, just, you know, if y'all don't like watching people eat, I know to tell you. How come I've never met anyone that you've talked to? Like,
because no one I've talked to is serious.
But isn't that like a part of the culture we need to let go? Why does someone meet have to be serious?
You don't have to be serious, but you know, if y'all watch the video, if I've never even had a boyfriend, like, who do you want me to bring to you?
Yeah, but if you could
Guys,
open,
I'm casually dating.
but if you could open your legs for someone, I think you can show them to your twin sister or show them to your
I
cousin.
don't have to, because I feel like dating is very, I'm not saying hiding, I don't believe in hiding, but I feel like dating is very private.
I think sometimes it's just weird when it comes to that part. Like, I think that's part about your upbringing that we may not realize. Like, just being very, like, closed off when it comes to, like, dating and men and, like, almost looking at like a taboo thing or something you do in secret, something you do in hiding. And I feel like it's not a terrible thing in all ways, but it can be very dangerous. Because that's how people are marrying men that are married. That's how people are dating men that have families, because they're too private. I believe in privacy. I am a pretty much a private person, but the difference is that I'm not a liar, right? So people like confuse privacy and being a liar. There's nothing you're gonna ask me I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm not gonna openly go and tell everyone my business. But I am a private person. I'm not a liar. Like, so funny. Even earlier, I was talking to Justina about something mommy had did, and I'm like, Mommy gonna be real embarrassed because that person's gonna ask me that question. I'm gonna tell them the truth, and she's gonna feel stupid. Like, I don't lie. Like, I just don't. It's a very nasty trait. My brother used to do it a lot. It's very nasty. I hate liars.
Do you think a lot of people lie to save face?
Of course, it's for image. That's what she lied about, something like that. And I'm just like, wow, there's such white lies. Like, why are you lying about that? Like, who cares? But yeah, honestly, I'm not that much different because I've only had one serious relationship. So I'm not sitting here acting like I've brought around like a million guys. Or like, even in Ngozi, like, how many times did she even meet him? But I just think it comes to a point, like, as a parent, like, if I was my mom, I'll be very worried. Like, how come my daughter be 28, she's attracted, and I've never met a guy?
They be telling you, go to emo state, get married. Like, that man, you're not gonna see him either. Like, I feel like parents could be very confused.
I'll be very worried if I have a 20-year daughter and I never met a man. I'll start questioning her sexual orientation. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but for like our culture, it's like, no, you do those things behind doors.
And you just bring home the husband.
You just bring home the husband. I feel like that could be very, very dangerous. But
you talk about dating. Because you know, you talk about why you never met any of the guys I dated. Have you ever dated a guy with questionable immigration status? Basically, he didn't have no papers. I've been a lot of those.
Not that I know of, no. How would you even know?
How would you not
Based
know?
on his
That's
job?
something y'all talk about.
Yeah, but not every guy's gonna tell you, I don't have papers. I'm illegal. I'm marrying someone for $10,000.
My husband's been very transparent about it. Very. Very transparent. Because they're gonna be wanting
kind of cool.
They're gonna be wanting to do them papers for them. You gotta know.
I don't know what type of men you're meeting, but I've dated way more men than you, I'm pretty sure. I've never had that experience. All the guys I've dated, and granted, I've only dated, and so I think this is the issue that I'm having. I've only dated the guys born in Nigeria, even though I was born in America. And I think that we just don't get along sometimes because the culture clashes too much. Not because I love them, that's what it's like. That's what likes me. That's the environments I'm around, the people I see. And like, I don't have in my mind at all I have to marry a Nigerian. I'm Nigerian, my kids are gonna be Nigerian, I'm gonna raise them. So that's not really, I don't care what their last name is. It could be Williams, it could be blah, 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 it could be blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, my children could be Nigerian because I'm the mother, I'm gonna raise my children. Yeah, but I just think that it's just your environment. Like, we don't realize how much your environment dictates what you do. If I go move to Amsterdam, most likely I'm gonna marry a man from Amsterdam because I'm around men from Amsterdam. If I go move to Ghana right now, I'm gonna marry a Ghanaian.
like the likelihood is so high. Yeah, maybe I might bump into a few Nigerians there, bump into a few other West Africans there, but it's your exposure of what you're around. Exactly. If I'm only going to events with all Nigerian people, what do you want me to date? So then why don't we change that?
Yeah, about to. It's just like Nigerian people are like dominating in this area. If you want to go to black events.
But would you bring a man from Nigeria? Are you opposed to the idea of dating a guy in Nigeria?
My only issue is how would I get to know him from Nigeria? That's my biggest issue. Is like how, like with the distance.
My mother simplifies it. It's so annoying. Like trust me, and that's the thing about too. I've dated a lot of guys in Nigeria as well. So I've dated guys, no questionable immigration status. Maybe that's why none of them ever met them because their immigration status questionable, or they're locating in Nigeria. Probably one of the most serious guys I've talked to actually was living in Nigeria.
Are you serious? That's the most serious guy you talked to?
And this is the biggest issue we have. He just called me a couple days ago, ignored the shit out of him. He's blocked on every network, Instagram, every network he's blocked. That's the issue. Came to a point. It's like you're not making that
I don't drink
effort.
soda, y'all, but like you gotta make it a real mukbang. You gotta hit, y'all.
How was the issue? Like you tell me you love me, you're so interested, but like when it comes time to you bringing out money to bring me to Nigeria, it's an issue. I know
even if they bring out the money, you're not going to Nigeria by yourself.
I'm a grown ass woman. Who's gonna stop me?
You can't even bring your man around. You going to Nigeria?
Because I don't have the man. The same people be telling you go to Nigeria and get married. How do you think I'm going to meet them? Do I have to go sit there with them? I'm grown as self. I met a guy who was serious. I would go sit in Nigeria for 2 months. Who's going to tell me I can? Am I a baby? My issue is, do I have the money? Are my bills going to be paid while I'm there? Am I good? But I'm too old for someone to ask me even more. I'm telling you the day before. Out of respect, I'll tell you 1 week.
2 weeks, yeah.
1 week before I'm leaving, so you could buy stuff for me to bring for you. That's out of respect, but that's not the issue. The issue is that these guys like the idea of dating a girl far, but they know it's a lot of work. Long distance relationships period are a lot of work. People need to stop simplifying. It's not a trend. Period. Exactly. Then at the distance, if you met me, you know where I live, right? It's like me being in America. I'm in New Jersey. A guy meets me. He lives in Miami. You know I live in New Jersey. If you're trying to approach and talk to me, you need to be willing to put in work. You know I'm not a girl that's living 10 minutes from you. You better be ready to buy.
Don't stop what you can't finish.
Exactly. You better be ready to buy some plane tickets. You may be ready to come. You need to be ready to come up here and pay for your hotel.
But do you think something is wrong for you to fly yourself to Nigeria to meet a guy? Is that a sin somewhere in the Bible? Is there
I don't think this is. I've gone to Nigeria and met the guy, but it wasn't for him. I don't think it's a sin. But I think we talk about, especially when it comes to Nigeria, a lot of things you have to be careful how you do because they would just judge you as you kind of being cheap.
Right, you can't throw yourself.
And they'll take advantage. Like I'm telling you, I know my fellow man. So I'm wrong with it for guys. Seriously,
because there's more respect when you buy your ticket. Okay.
And like he doesn't have the money. If the guy doesn't have the money, it's another story. If the guy's making like $50 a month, you don't expect someone like that to buy you a ticket. And you make the choice that you want to date someone like that. That's your personal choice. But if you see the guy, he's flexing, he's wearing Gucci, Prada, Hermes, and it's not an issue of money. They just have their own.
Lagos boys, you can't even look at all that stuff and be kind to them. You know how people getting their money, and there's no credit card in Nigeria.
How do you feel about living at home until you're married? You know, it's a lot of things. A lot of African girls have that pressure. Our parents basically feel as if you're supposed to go from your parents' house to your husband's house.
I think it's
2020. You have to understand people not getting married.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's reasonable to have that idea when someone's getting married at 23,
25.
or 24, or 25. But nowadays, when women are getting married at freaking almost 40, do you expect me to live with you until I'm 40? Like that's what I just feel like is not reasonable. Nothing's wrong. People want to do it. They go for it. I'm not gonna judge anyone on how they want to live their life. But for me, I'm at that point that it's enough is enough, and I need my space. That's why I'm leaving. No one pushed me out. There's no man I'm going to see. There's no nothing. It just comes to a point in life that you know that it's enough. Like, are you going to save money forever? You can always save money. Like you said in our video, we're going to link it here. Why are millennials still living at home?
Culture is a big reason. To me, it's still the number one. But I don't negate money. I
think money's number one. Because in other states in America, you would notice, depending on how expensive they are, people not living at home like us in Jersey. It's about money. I tell you all the time, we could argue about this again. I could go watch that video 25 minutes, go watch it. It's money. People are living at home with their parents because of money. It is very expensive, especially if you live in the Northeast, and people feel like it's a waste of money. And then like, what's the point? I understand some of their point, because why am I going to go get a roommate? I just stay at home. I'm not going to go get no roommate.
But at a certain age, it's better off to have a roommate than be at home.
Yeah, true. Remember, Nigerian fiance she was about Eric Key. He has a roommate, but it's better than him living with his mom. Eric Key. My thing is that it's not
I just think it's annoying when parents think that we want to live by yourself because you want to jump off.
Yeah.
Because you want to sleep around. Like, no, it's about having your personal space. Like, a couple days ago, I was arguing with my mother. I wake up to speakerphone. I wake up to prayer lines. Like, I'm not saying about living in an apartment is going to be perfect. People are going to make noise, but it's different. It's not immediately in my space. Like, I can't tell someone to do in their own house.
Right.
When you're a child living with your parents, there's still this autonomy you'll never have. Because you're still living in their house. I don't care if you're contributing one way or the other. It's not your house. You're still living with your parents, so there's still a level of respect they expect you to have. And it's like, okay.
You can't decorate the way you want.
I want to pull out the carpet out of my room. My mother's like, no. And I have bad allergies. So I'm grateful, but I definitely feel like it's time to like start a new chapter. And I feel as if staying at home is kind of holding me back. Like I feel like I'm standing still. There's other things going on, you know. Besides that, but I feel like staying, not moving home, out of the house with my parents would really feel like I would just feel like propelled. Like I feel like it would kind of like push me forward into like the place I'm trying to go, the direction I'm trying to go towards. Because I feel like staying at home, I kind of feel stuck.
Why?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I don't know why you feel stuck. I don't feel stuck. I just want my space. I don't feel stuck. I feel like if I wanted to New Jersey, I could start a new life, go to a different church, get a different job, go to a different gym. But I want my own space, and it's too expensive. And I just want a new environment too. It's not even just about my space.
That's why I say I feel stuck. I want a new environment. I want to be around different people. And I know you can always do that no matter where you are, but let's be real, moving is the easiest way to do it. When you're in your comfort zone, you get very complacent. And you're just hanging around with the people that you know. It was familiar to you, but if you're by yourself, you know, you don't have that choice. So you have to go out unless you just want to have a miserable social life.
How do you feel about, like, do you feel pressure to get married? As the first time?
No. I feel more pressure of anything to just be, like, I felt more of the pressure academic, you know, or just to, like, make money. And I feel like sometimes that is, like, the bad thing about parents. Like, they need to find balance. Like, I feel like sometimes our parents can be so stuck on going to school, career, that's nice, but your career is not going to see what you're at.
Right.
Your career is not going to have kids for you. So I'm not saying, oh, tell your child to go sleep around. That's not what I'm saying, but I feel like sometimes you can't wait until a girl is 32 to tell her how important she is to go get married. Like, it's something that,
unless the girl doesn't want it.
Exactly. That's something that we need to be told more, like, from high school. Like, go to college, you know, see if you can find a nice guy. Like, it's something I feel like a lot of our parents just ignore, and all of a sudden they realize why there's, like, a trend of a lot of professional women not being able to find mates. Maybe it is our personalities. You know, maybe we've been raised to be independent. And some people take that independent as, I don't need a man. You know what I mean? So it's like, these things are just not random. Like, there's a reason why they're happening. It's just not like, oh, women are struggling to find. It's so many things. It's not always the men. We have to take our part in it too. A lot of women feel like I have a good job. I don't have to stress about no man. You know, I understand.
Keep thinking that.
You don't need to stress, but it doesn't mean you have to be proactive about your life. If you want to be partnered, it's not going to just come to you.
Or because a lot of women are not giving good, like, dating advice or talking about men. They make such bad dating. Like, I noticed a lot of professional women date bums. I've noticed that some of these girls, you'd be shocked. Like, I'd be shocked. These girls have these good degrees. They be crying about their 6 figures. But you see the type of men that they deal with. Like, what?
Are you sure?
Like, I feel like they don't take sometimes dating serious. They just date anyone. Like, okay, I just need to have sex with someone. Like, just date anyone. I just feel like you need to take more pride in who you're dating, no matter what your age is. Like, I don't care if you're 21 or 22.
It's probably because they feel like at a certain age you don't have the options.
Yeah, or no, I feel like they're not even thinking like about anything serious. They just feel like I'm too young for that, or it will come later. I don't know what the rationale is, but I feel like a lot of professional women I notice that I mean, the men they deal with, I'd be embarrassed. I'm not saying I've dealt with Prince Charmings, but I have some type of standard. Like,
you think we're not taught to take dating serious?
Yeah, like even for example, someone like you. I feel like for someone like you, of like what you've accomplished, how smart you are. I don't think you've ever dated a guy that's on your level. I don't think you ever talked to a guy that's on your level.
No. You think that's because we date black men?
No, that's not true. I don't think that's it. Yeah, it could be a contributing factor, but I think it's just about like people not taking dating serious. Like, you just feel like I just need someone to have sex with. I need someone to go and have sex with before my test in 2 weeks. Like, almost just looking at it like it's like not like it's not even a serious thing. Like, it's I just need someone to give me an orgasm, then go back to studying. Like, they just look at it like it's like a joke. Like, they don't really take dating serious. Like, no, like, you need to take, there's a certain level you get to in life. Even if you're 21, 22, you have some type of standard, and it's not wrong to have a standard.
Yeah, but when you're not meeting no one that meet the standard, that's what the girls.
But why are you not meeting someone? You're sitting in your house all day and you say you're not meeting someone? Like, what do you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of girls complain about that too. I get it, but it's like, it's a two-way thing. You have to make an effort to meet people too.
It's just about that.
Yeah, like, you can't just sit in the house all day and expect to meet people.
The person that comes easy most likely is not going to be worth much.
Exactly, yeah.
That's true.
That's the reality, especially if you want a black man.
Yeah, that's true. So
we don't live in Africa where everyone is black. So, especially if you live in yourself, the way people saying black people are 13% of the population, I think it's a little more than that, especially with all the undocumented immigrants.
Especially Northeast, we don't have a lot of black people.
Especially, let's say, even America, let's say it's even like 15% black. What is that? We want a black man, there's only 15% of them, and then you're always in your house. How are you going to meet them?
That's true. How feel about being twins? Do you ever feel like you had an identity crisis? You ever feel as if like you were annoyed, always being associated with somebody else, always sharing stuff?
Well, not really. I mean, that sounds so American, all that identity crisis stuff.
Right. I know.
I just feel like I just wish sometimes I don't know. I just feel like sometimes we used to share like underwear, like share like socks. I feel like that's kind of like wow. Like we're not the same person. I've heard sometimes like mommy grouped us like as one person. She'll call us and be like, oh, whoever I call.
I came to the point my mother would be calling me. Nah. I'll be right next to her. I'll be looking at her. I will not respond. And you know, I know you have to know who you're calling. Like I'm not gonna just respond to any name. Like I'm my own person. So it came to that point that I just have to be like, you know, I have my own identity. Like I'm not gonna just respond because you're calling someone. Like you wouldn't call one. You wouldn't call one brother. You wouldn't, or say it was two siblings. You wouldn't call one sibling and expect the other sibling to come.
Maybe some would.
You think so?
Yeah. Or it's possible, but I don't think I had any identity crisis. I think being a twin is fun. Especially having someone your age or same sex. I feel like when you have like a twin, it's like another sex. I feel like that's just boring. Yeah, but I feel like I never had to like chase friends like that. I always had someone around my age.
Yeah, but see people like
I think it's also too like even being sisters, you still get the comparison, right? So like there's things I'm better in. Like I was always better in basketball, and Gus was always a little smarter. You know what I mean? Like this thing, we're not the same. You know what I mean? Like we may be twins, we look the same, but we have
very different personalities. Not very, but I think our personalities.
Yeah, very different personalities. Two people, two different personalities. That's been the tagline. So it's like people just assume, oh, and Guzzy did this. Why don't you do that? Or people ask you, where's your sister? I don't know. Exactly. Is she my Siamese twin? I don't know where she is. You know, like people always feel like I'm supposed to know everything about her. I'm supposed to be with her 24/7. They used to kind of get annoying. Like, I have my own life. I don't know what she's doing with herself.
You're eating bones.
I'm going to the same church. Oh, where's your sister? She don't go to church. I'm like, why? I don't know. Call her. Like, do we have to go to the same church? I don't know, like people just like, especially like they don't understand. Why don't y'all go to the same gym? Because we don't go to the same gym. She doesn't want to pay for my gym. We don't go there. Exactly. People just like assume that like we're supposed to do everything the same.
Yeah, like this pandemic, I feel like it just has affected everyone. No matter where you are in the world, some way, somehow the pandemic has affected you. And I just feel like it just made me so grateful about things, worried about losing weight, all these stuff that of course is okay to have goals, but it just made me realize there's more to life. Yeah, like these things, you can't achieve these things if you're not alive, right? You can't meet these goals if you're not alive. So I just feel as if it just made me so grateful, like for everything, just more sympathetic and just
sympathetic. I didn't notice it.
Okay, more sympathetic, like you know, just trying to look at the positive in situations. Ooh, it's hot, and not always look at the negative. But my biggest thing is just, you know, how it affects us with traveling.
And even with traveling, like I love to travel, but I can always travel next year.
Exactly. Travel's not running away. Like, you know, we want
these
to go
countries
to Africa,
are not disappearing.
Stuff, but it's always going to be here. Yeah, we just have to preserve life and just do the things we do.
But where would you want to travel to the most?
Rwanda.
I want to go to Senegal.
Yeah.
You know, forever I've been screaming Senegal. So I really want to go to Senegal and Gambia. Then I want to do South Africa on its own. Then I want to go to Nigeria with like what other country? Maybe like Togo. Or Ivory Coast, and then Cameroon, but Cameroon has a lot going on right now. And then I want to do East Africa, so like Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. So I think the next, like up until, I really still want to try and get 30 by 30, because I technically got like a year and a half. But it's about
we gotta be going to 3 countries at once.
The issue is Corona. That's like I'm not gonna get to 30 states. Maybe I'll make it 30 states by 30 instead.
Even then will be hard. All these states are quarantining if you return from them. But basically, yeah. So how about in terms of family? Do you want kids? Is kids a must?
I definitely want to at least have one child because I just feel like I have so much to give to another human being. It's not for like I feel like a lot of reasons that a lot of our parents have kids for, like just because that's all they know, or social status. Like it's not for status, that. Just for social status. Like people don't even want to take care of their kids, but they're having a bunch of them. Why are you having them? People don't have no money, having a bunch of kids. It's kind of annoying. Like and then you want people to feel bad for you. It's like you have free will. Like you weren't raped. Unless you're raped, that's when I can really sympathize for you. But we have to do better. So I think our generation is learning that's not quantity is quality. But at the same time, it depends when I start. Like I'm 28, so if I start in my 20s, by the grace of God, I can have some like 2 kids. It depends. If I start later, I'll just have 1.
But I'm saying kids. If you're, for me, like I always say, kids is it comes with a package. Like I don't see myself having children if I'm not married.
Yeah, me either. But then I don't believe in abortion. So if I'm doing stuff and accidentally get pregnant tomorrow, I'm gonna have a child. It's not what I pray for. It's not what I wish for. That's why I'm closing my legs right now. It's not what it's not what I pray for. It's not what I'm looking for. But I don't like. I just feel as if like it's not always that simple. Like people don't become single. Some people are single mothers. It happens because they're responsible.
Who say no matter what they're gonna have a child. If they're not married, they're gonna go to a sperm bank. They're gonna have their friend. They're gonna have a boyfriend. They're gonna have a child. They know they're gonna have children. For me,
especially because I didn't even grow up with a father. I want my child to have a real father. Like I want them to know who their father is, not a bank. I want them to have a relationship. I want them to have aunties and uncles,
live with that person,
grandparents.
And not to say things things are bad. I'm not gonna not get a divorce because I want. You know what I mean? Like if there's reasons you need to separate, you have to separate for your own mental well-being. But at least try it. That's my mentality. Not to say, well, I'm gonna sit in the house and have a man beating me like an animal, and I'm gonna sit there because I want my child.
I definitely have to get married. By the grace of God, just like when I definitely want to get married. So I'm just it just depends. Life happens. I can't like predict. I'm not God, but I can. I also believe that we as a Christian we do have free will, and I think it's something that Christianity church doesn't talk about enough. It's like we just, especially African church, just so much reliance on God and prayer and supplication and fasting and tithing. But no, you have control of your life too. You
can make better decisions.
Yeah, like you can do better things. Of course, God is ultimately in control, but God didn't create robots. He didn't create yes men. He didn't create people that don't have a mind. If that was a point, he wouldn't have created us with minds. He would have just told us, okay, you don't have a mind. Thank you from heaven.
Like no, go walk.
You have control. If I really want to get married by next year, I can do it. The issue, will I marry the right person? If I want to get married, in 2 months, I can do it. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to sit here and be like braggadocious or anything, but it's possible. Like people make sense. Getting married is not hard. Getting married is not hard. It's marrying the right person that's hard. You know what I mean? If I want to have a child, I'll find someone to get me pregnant. Maybe in 2 years try to conceive. But I want more from life than that. I want a full life. There's certain things I didn't get. I want my children to experience. So that's why I think about these things a little more. Left to me, I would be married already. Like I don't feel like I have to be a millionaire. It needs to be a certain age or 35, which is the new narrative. I think a lot of women is very dangerous because
fertility stops.
Yeah, the way I'm just hearing all these IVF commercials because I read a lot about hormones. So that's the reason why I bring this topic a lot. Like hormones is like my hobby. Like it's like my second love is hormones. So when I'm just reading all this stuff, and I just feel like I wish so much more women understood this and didn't think that this is just people hyping. Like I wish more women were told these things. I feel like it would make us make better informed decisions. Because it's like, okay, I know this that point in my life, but then not rush. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying rush, but just be mindful and maybe be more open-minded. Maybe
you know things are looking a little different now. You may have plan A, but when plan A fails, what you do, you go to plan B.
Like maybe I thought I had to marry an evil guy, but now I realize, okay, I understand that your fertility peaks at 28, 26 or 26 to 28, is it? Okay, I'm 25 and I haven't met anyone. And I need to go out more.
Or maybe this adult guy likes me. Maybe the Ghanaian guy likes me. Let me give him a chance because things.
Maybe the Jamaican guy likes me. Exactly. Maybe I should date him, even though my parents won't like it.
Maybe this Russian guy likes me.
Yeah, because these same parents that be telling you have to marry this, you have to do that. They'll be the first ones you don't have a child, the first one talking. You know what I mean? So I feel like we just need to like exercise more of our free will, and I think that's something that I feel like as an African we're not taught enough of. It's something as I got older I just realized I'm not a victim. I hate this whole victim mentality. Like we talk about the things like why black women single women get here. We talk about it, this, that. We talk about it because I'm just actually curious.
Have a part to
play.
play.
Yeah, and I don't sit here.
No one's doing anything to me.
Yeah, like I'm not sitting here and acting. You're like today. A quote I put on WhatsApp today. I put on Instagram a couple years ago. You are not a tree. If you don't like where you are, move.
Hello, I be crying that.
Like if you don't like where you are, it's like, and I look at it like not even just move as far as the location, everything in life.
Like
you
make a change.
You don't like where you are. No one is holding you. You have free will. You
I
have
don't like
power.
this size. I'm
not a victim. I don't want no one to look like, oh, that's single girl, Nnena. No, I am single because I have not met no one I really like, but I'm choosing to be single.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. I have free will. If I want to get married next week, I'm going to get married.
This song, no.
Yeah. So it's really hot out here. Richard, look how we doing for y'all. Y'all gotta like, subscribe,
share
in the comment section.
Let us know if you want the mukbang.
If you're 6 foot and taller.
Anyway,
you got a good
job.
You want us I'm not even putting race in it. You caring. I just need a guy. Shut up. I've never even dealt with an evil guy. I just need someone that's emotionally intelligent. That's the number one thing. I'm besides
emotional intelligence.
Fear of God is number one. But I need someone who is not scared to express their emotions.
And tell me you are sad, and let me help you work through your sadness. You need to be.
I just can't
depressed,
do it anymore.
Tell me depressed.
I am not a therapist.
I've
actually thought about going back to school for it because I feel like I really think I might have a natural calling for it. Even as a nurse, I think I could like get my master's or PhD. I don't know because I'm not a therapist. I'm not here to solve everyone's problems. I have my own issues. So if you need to be able to communicate. And that's what issue.
But don't you also have to set that environment where the guy feels comfortable? Because sometimes you don't think a lot of guys may feel uncomfortable because the environment is not conducive.
Yeah, but you're a man. Get over it.
You gotta be vocal.
You gotta tell me how you feel. I don't know how you feel. If I'm being too harsh, tell me I'm being too harsh. If I'm being too rude, tell me I'm being too rude.
Life.
Like that's life. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not gypsy. like you have to like. So I just need like emotional intelligence. Like after being God fearing, that's not even a question. Like I can't marry someone that doesn't believe in God.
You can't marry a Muslim?
No. I can't marry someone that doesn't believe in God. He doesn't have to. I don't care about
He
denomination.
can believe in God, but how about if he's not practicing?
I don't care. Agnostic. I don't care. Pray, whatever. Look, you're getting too detailed. I'm sweating. I don't care what denomination. I don't do all that rubbish that people used to divide themselves. We're all worshiping the same God. We all read the same Bible. I don't care what denomination. Only the people that wear the white. I don't think I can do that one.
Sharp and Sarah.
I can't do that one. I can't go to church wearing all white. But besides that, I could do I don't care. You need to believe in God. Besides that, it's like number 2 is emotional intelligence. Yes. Like I am tired of babying grown men. I am tired of babying grown ass men. Like I am not doing it. No one is babying me. If I can get myself together, you can get yourself together.
Hello.
Like we are not gonna make no more excuses in 2020. But it's burn this. We gotta go inside.
All right. So let us know how you feel about this. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.